When you're building an MVP, one of the toughest challenges is deciding which features to include and which to leave for later. Every founder wants to build something complete, but the truth is your MVP should be focused, lean, and centered on solving the core problem. That's where feature prioritization frameworks like MoSCoW, RICE, and Kano come in. These tools help you make objective, data-driven decisions so you build what matters most. Let's start with the MoSCoW framework, a simple yet powerful way to categorize your features. MoSCoW stands for must have, should have, could have, and won't have. Must-haves are non-negotiable. They're essential for your MVP to function. Without them, your product doesn't deliver value. Should-haves are important, but not critical for launch. They can enhance user experience, but your MVP can survive without them. Could-haves are nice-to-haves, features that can delight users later but don't belong in the first version. And won't-haves are consciously deprioritized. They might be interesting, but they don't align with your short-term goals. Using MoSCoW helps teams align around priorities. It forces clarity and trade-offs. When resources are limited, everyone knows what to build first and what to skip. Next, let's talk about RICE, a framework designed to quantify impact. RICE stands for Reach, Impact, Confidence, and Effort. It's especially useful for teams that want a data-driven approach to prioritization. Reach estimates how many people a feature will affect within a certain time frame. The bigger the reach, the more valuable it may be. Impact measures how much a feature will improve the user experience or move your key metrics. For example, will it slightly improve conversion rates or completely transform them? Confidence reflects how sure you are about your reach and impact assumptions. If your data is solid, your confidence is high. If it's based on guesses, score lower. Effort is the estimated time or resources required to build the feature, measured in person weeks or story points. Once you score each component, you calculate the RICE score. Reach times impact times confidence, word effort. The higher the number, the higher the priority. RICE helps you balance ambition with feasibility. It shows you which features deliver the most value for the least work. Finally, there's the Kano model, which looks at how features affect user satisfaction. This framework helps you differentiate between what users expect and what will truly delight them. In the Kano model, features fall into 5 categories. 1. Basic needs. These are must-haves. If they're missing, users are unhappy, but adding more doesn't necessarily increase satisfaction. 2. Performance features. The better you do these, the happier users are. They directly influence satisfaction, like faster load times or better search. 3. Delighters. Unexpected features that surprise and impress users. They can turn an ordinary experience into something memorable. 4. Indifferent features. Things users don't really care about. Whether you include them or not, it doesn't move the needle. 5. Reverse features. Features that some users love but others dislike. These require careful segmentation. The power of the Kano model lies in its emotional insight. It helps you understand not just what users say they want, but what will make them love your product. By combining it with MoSCoW and RICE, you get a balanced view. What's essential, what's efficient, and what's delightful. Here's how these frameworks can work together in practice. Start with MoSCoW to identify your absolute must-haves, the features without which your MVP fails. Then use RICE to rank the remaining features based on their reach, impact, and effort. Finally, apply the Kano model to make sure you're not only solving functional problems, but also adding emotional value. Remember, prioritization isn't a one-time task. As you gather feedback, user data, and market insight, revisit your roadmap. Some features will move up, others down. The goal is progress, not perfection. The beauty of these frameworks is that they bring structure to creativity. They help you balance intuition with evidence, ambition with practicality. When used together, MoSCoW, RICE, and Kano guide you toward building an MVP that's not just viable, but valuable.